up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. Today will be a little different. We're gonna have a little different outline of a video. I will be talking about Brand New Day while playing Spider-Man 2. Well, this will be a voiceover, and you're gonna see my gameplay of me playing Spider-Man 2 with the new suit. But what I want to first start off with, if y'all haven't seen the movie yet, click off. If y'all click off and click back on after you've seen the movie, I'm gonna give y'all a 5 second warning. 5, 4, 3, 2. I'm sorry. 3, 2, 1. All right. So this movie was peak. Now it might not be everybody's cup of tea, but for me, I'm satisfied with it. They kept it street level. They didn't do all this going to different worlds and type stuff. They kept it nice and simple. Now the main lesson of this movie is you don't have to do things alone, which I really liked about the movie. So the movie first started off with Peter, of course, reading his message to MJ, not to MJ, but reading it out loud. But it all started with Peter. He's having these mutation changes. Like his senses are very strong, and I like that because it all starts mentally, then it gets physical. So the main thing what Peter was trying to see was why he was having these changes. And what I liked about in the first, couple seconds of the movies was him showcasing all of his villains. He was fighting Scorpion, and he was fighting somebody else first. He was fighting, it wasn't Scorpion, it was somebody else. Dang. But like they was going through the villains and stuff like Candy, bro, and they were saying Spider-Man was one of the best superheroes out there. I was like, yeah, they saucing my boy up. But what Peter goes through, he had to start over. And he was seeing Med and MJ go off to college. And then he started to understand that they were doing things without him. And then MJ had a boyfriend, and that really it just destroyed Peter. He was web swinging across the city with no mask. He didn't have a suit on. He was down, man. But the thing I like about that is that you can shine through your darkest moments, and that's what this movie really showed. But then when it got to Jean Grey, which I was so hyped when she said, "My name is Jean Grey." She was talking to Bill, and basically she was like body swapping with everybody, using all her powers and stuff. It was crazy. And then Peter, his symptoms got worse, and then he went to Banner, and he was trying to get Banner to tell him what's the best thing to build, the best way to build an inhibitor. And that's what was on the Hulk's arm, an inhibitor, to stop him from transforming to the Hulk. And it was like Peter, he's a genius. But the main villain of this movie, I would say, would be Bill. I forgot his last name, but he works in the Department of Damage Control, and he works with trying to see the powers of mutants, like any superhuman. And he would try to copy their brainwaves, basically make copies of them, basically. And I like the dynamics of Peter and the Punisher. That was good. I really like that. I like that. I kind of wish Daredevil was in there. They could have, cause the hand was in there and everything. But yeah, and I wish the symbiote was in there too. But they did a whole different story, which I'm cool with that. But the movie ended off with so Jean Grey, she was trying to find her sister, not knowing that Bill killed her sister by doing tests on her. So Jean was so into figuring out what VMAX was. And when so Peter was tricked by catching Jean Grey. So Bill was like, Jean Grey's a big threat, you need to get her. Peter built the inhibitor, and the plan was to put the inhibitor behind her neck so she couldn't control her powers. And then whoop-de-doop, Spider-Man had caught Jean Grey, but that was Bill's plan all along. And then Peter was like, you know what, I gotta go back and get her. And the way it ended was, I kind of felt it. It was emotional. A little, not for me crying, but like I felt it. You know what I mean? But I'll say the ending of the movie was kind of sad, because the Punisher was about to shoot Jean with like a sniper, like a heavy round. That's when Jean found out that, no, that's when Peter found out that Bill was trying to catch her all along. She froze everybody with her powers and everything. It was crazy. But she came out powerful and stuff, and she had telekinesis and everything. It was crazy. And she was about to kill Bill. But she went inside Peter's head, and that's when we saw Aunt May talking to Peter, saying what it means to be special and everything. And people will do dark things to special people. And that really connected with Jean. And then, out of nowhere, the Punisher, he didn't mean to though. He meant to shoot Jean. Peter got in the way. That boy, I shot his back. It was crazy. But for that shows that Peter, no matter what, he cares about everybody. And the lesson to us that is, someone will always be there in your darkest moments. Doesn't matter what you do. Doesn't matter what you did. And will save you from becoming that dark person. And the movie had ended. Of course, MJ, it was sad when she told Peter that spell worked, meaning that spell erased everything, like everything from her mind, like their relationship and everything. But I like at the end, Peter went to the coffee shop and he saw Ned, and they did this fist bump, and then Ned remembered Peter Parker, and I was like, oh snap, that's so cool. That is so cool. It's crazy that Ned remembers Peter, but MJ doesn't. But that was kind of insane. Then it showed up that Jean, she was on a bus. When I'm assuming that she's gonna find Xavier and all that, the school and everything, and X-Men and all that, you know, the goats. But anyways, I'll give this movie 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed this movie, and I can't wait to see the next Marvel. Doomsday, bro. Doomsday. Oh my gosh, we is almost there. We're like four months or something, like 6 something. But yo, I cannot wait. I hope y'all enjoy this little video of me talking about Spider-Man Brand New Day. And leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one.